Ready? No, okay. Today, I want to thank Real Estate 2 for inviting Tyler Worley here. He's the executive director with SCYM, and I'll be passing the baton over to him so he can explain a little bit more about what SCYM is about. But I'm Jerome Vinson. I am a realtor here, but I also have the privilege to serve on the board with SCYM, and been working with Tyler for a few years now. And so, Tyler, if you could just give us a little overview of what SCYM is all about, and then also how we as a community can reach out to you as the director, and how we can support SCYM.
Yeah, absolutely. We're so happy to be here. This is our second year featured as a food truck recipient, right? I guess we'd call it. And Real Estate 2 is doing so many good things here in the community, and we love partnering with them. So SCYM, we're over 20 years old actually now. We provide in-school and after-school programs for elementary, middle school students. We're branching out in the high school now, even with our entrepreneurship program for kids, where they come in and they don't know anything about business. They learn how to start their own business from the ground up and make real money. So for kids that are in poverty and some tough situations, making some actual real money themselves is huge. And so we try to be creative in the way that we create opportunities for kids, and we're also very flexible in that we don't have a center or a building that we run everything out of like a traditional maybe teen center, but we partner with buildings and schools and churches that are already in the neighborhoods where the kids are at, where the need is, and we're able to build local missions teams and send them to where the need is. So we get a lot of volunteers, like people like you, and we're just so thankful for what God's accomplishing through the mission, and we could use some more help in that. Lori just gave me a note. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. His mentee. Yeah. Good point. So I actually, as I'm sitting here in the desk, this is like in the Real Estate 2 office, this is what I always remember when I come in here is when I got hired onto the team here at SCYM. It was 2011, and the board member that was the chair at the time was Gary Lookable. And my boss at the time, Faith, and Gary were sitting here, and they brought me in, and were giving me my interview, and I didn't know Gary from anybody, and he gave me the thumbs up of approval, and I got hired on. And then Gary mentored through SCYM for years and years, and was just a tremendous person. He was a person that anytime I was in a need or we needed some support and any type of way, I could call Gary, and he always came through. So again, Real Estate 2 is like just really been family for SCYM, and this is just a continuation of that in a fun way. So come on out for lunch today if you're not doing anything. If you want to support the cause, check out crushtheodds.org. On Facebook. It's just Springfield City Youth Mission. And a very specific need we are looking for right now is Wednesdays and Thursdays. We need some help driving kids. We actually pick kids up at the schools and then take them to the program sites. And it gets a little complicated, as you can understand, with all that, all the different programs and everything that we're doing. But if that's something you could do, if you could give up an hour, half hour even, once a week to help us do that, it makes a real difference and a big help for us to be able to, get the job done. So what else, Jerome?
Well, one of the things I wanted to touch on, not only with during the school year, taking them from the school to the program sites, what goes on in the summertime with Camp Boost? If you could just an overview on that.
In the summertime, we deal with something called summer reading loss, and in the schools, and people that work in the schools, they know this very well, is a kid will test out grade level. At one point, they'll go all summer, not even touch a book, and not read a lick, and then they show up and they're testing back worse than what they did at the end of the school year. And so we created Camp Boost, where we get teachers that are on summer break to come out and to teach the classes. And we partner with churches that normally do a VBS, and we kind of merge the two, a reading camp and a VBS, and we get lots of volunteers that show up, and And we've been doing that about 7 years, and we've been seeing a real difference made in the summer reading loss. Statistically, they say 6 age-appropriate books during the course of the summer is enough to keep the kid on track, and so we do way more than that in just 1 week. And so we're always looking for volunteers. We're looking to have 4 Camp Boost sites, and those are week-long camps that just run from morning to noon. So not a huge commitment, but makes a big difference.
Yeah, one thing that I just want to touch on when we're asking for volunteers and things like that, people automatically sometimes feel that they're just overwhelmed. I don't have the capability or the abilities. But really, there's just so many levels of what we are looking for in volunteers, whether it be time commitments, financial commitments. But those are things that Tyler would happy to be sit down and talk with people, or just a phone call, or again, just touch bases on our Facebook page with crushingtheodds.org. So, Tyler, I want to thank you for being here today, and I also want to thank Real Estate 2 for allowing SCYM to be featured and showcased, and the opportunity to share what our mission is and how we want to just reach out to the community, and also thank the community for all the support that they currently give.
Absolutely, and if there's nothing else you can do today, go to our Facebook and like it. That would be a good start. So I appreciate you guys, and it's a pleasure to be here, and I'm looking forward to having a sandwich out here at the food truck.
Yeah, it's great. Thank you. Thank you, Tyler.
Yeah.